All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not exactly sure what happened there, but all of a sudden, everything was working great, everything was going, and then all of a sudden, our internet just completely cut out. But I do believe we are back here. I'm not sure how long this is going to last, but we will see. So Casey Rother led off the inning with a base hit. For those of you which everybody will be, for those of you who did not see that, as that one is flown out to left field, and John Mark Mullins will back up and make the catch. So a good bounce back there from Estrada as he gets the first out of the inning. And Kevin Nakamura, who had the RBI base hit in the first inning, will step up for his second at-bat here. Once again, I do apologize for the stream just all of a sudden cutting out. We sincerely hope that will not continue to happen. But again and again, it is something that we simply cannot control, as that one is in there for a called strike. So please bear with us during this time. We're not exactly sure what happened, but we will simply try our best to figure everything out and keep the stream up. And that one is blocked up by Ty Beck over there, so good play by him, as that pickoff attempt was wild. And it doesn't look like anybody is on here. Now we're finally getting some people back. Sorry about that, everybody. So basically what happened was our internet cut out completely and just stopped the stream in the middle of the inning, so we apologize. As that one is ripped into the right center gap, and Bats is not going to get there. So another base hit for Kevin Nakamura, and let me tell you guys, he is absolutely on fire here to open up the season. Last I checked, he was hitting about 500, and so he's going to be hitting about that right now.
All right, so at the plate now, number 28.
And even in just a 5 or 6 game stretch, hitting 500 is not a small feat. And so that pitch is in there for a called strike to Gerard Sweeney, who is playing third base tonight, and he has a good chance to drive in some runs here with 1 out and 2 on here in the bottom of the third. And the second pitch of the at-bat from Estrada is way outside. And this pitch is again outside for ball 2. So Estrada starting to lose his control here a little bit. And as a pitcher, even if you throw hard, and even if you have the stuff, even if you have good stuff, as that one is flown high in the air at the left center field, as the left fielder Nevels will make the catch, and tagging and holding at second base will be Casey Rother, just trying to bait a throw, and he didn't get it, and so that will be out number 2. So anyway, as a pitcher, even if you do have your good stuff that day, if you can't control your stuff, eventually the hitter is going to get themselves into a good fastball count, or at least into a count where they know what's coming. And as a pitcher, it is much, much harder to get a batter out when they pretty much know what's coming. So no matter how hard you throw, no matter how good of stuff you have, if you can't locate, it's going to be very, very hard to be consistently dominant. Now, we have heard the term effectively wild before, right? And that does happen at times where a pitcher is just the exact right amount of wild where you're not sure if you're going to get a strike or a ball on any given pitch. And for a hitter, that's really hard to adjust because at times when you know a guy, as that one's in there for a called strike too, so the count moves to 0-2, when you know a guy doesn't have his stuff, you can kind of be a little more patient and look for your exact pitch or look for one that's going to catch a lot of the plate. But when a guy's effectively wild, his first pitch might be up and in and almost hit you, and then his second pitch might be absolutely painted. And when that happens, is that one gets by Keel, and so both runners are going to advance here. And much like the first inning, this is going to give the Miners an opportunity to add to their lead here. So when you have a guy who's, you know, just a tiny bit all over the place, it can actually be effective at times. But when you have a guy who is just does not have it, as that one is hit up the middle, and it's off Estrada, as Mullins gathers and makes the play. So a lucky bounce there for the Chinooks, as it hit right off Estrada's shoe and bounced over to where Mark Mullins could actually make a play on it. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not sure anybody would have got it had it not hit Estrada's foot, but nonetheless, the Chinooks will get out of it, so bad luck there for Sam Thompson, as the Chinooks will look to tie this game up or do even better than that as we go into the top of the fourth.
To enter to win.
And we are back here live on the Chinooks Radio Network here on YouTube, as it seems like more and more of you guys are figuring out that we are now on a different stream, and we do apologize for that, as our last stream just randomly cut out. I mean, it literally was 1 second to the other where we were cruising along, everything was working great, and then all of a sudden, white circle, and then we're done. It was 5 seconds, and we could not stop it. So we do apologize for that, and we do ask you kindly to get the word around that we're on a new stream for those of you who can communicate with each other. But either way, so for those of you who are just joining us or who missed the opening parts of the game, so the Miners took a quick 1-0 lead in the bottom of the first, and that is where the score remains right now. And another narrative development for this game has been the fantastic pitching of Christian Seelhorst, who at one point struck out 4 straight, and 5 out of 6 going into last inning. So we will continue to monitor that as this game goes along, as that one's in there for a called strike. So the count will move to 2-2 on John Mark Mullins. Although you might not know that if you're listening to our PA guy, as he quite literally got every name wrong during the when he was announcing the lineups last inning. So, you know, I have done a PA job, and well, apparently our scoreboard and my count was wrong, as John Mark Mullins takes ball 4. I do not remember there being 4 balls taken, but okay. I presume that he will definitely take that. Could have just been me missing that, and also the scoreboard operator missing that, but either way, we have seen that before, where guys have taken ball 3 and it ends up actually just being given to them ball 4. But we've also seen where a guy strikes out on, well, you know, he takes strike 3 and he starts walking back and the umpire calls him back. No, it's only strike 2 as that one's in there. And we've seen guys who strike out on strike 2, guys who don't walk on ball 4. We've seen the whole lot, and it happens in MLB all the time. And if you don't think so, there's actually a great video on the subject on SB Nation. So just look up SB Nation, and it'll be one of the first videos that pop up. I don't exactly remember what the video itself is called, but it is a really, really nice retrospective on situations like that. Guys striking out on 0-2, guys walking on ball 3, guys not walking on ball 4. It's definitely a great video for those nerds out there like myself. So definitely check that out if you have a chance. But either way, Joe Keel, who's once again behind the plate tonight, will spat in the 3-hole and is stepping up to the plate right here as he takes ball 2. Or, excuse me, ball 1, not ball 2. So John Mark Mullins with his second walk of the day. He's walked twice in his first 2 at-bats, as that one is fouled off. And it looks like, hang on a minute. Oh, it looks like they're saying that Joe Keel did not foul that one off, so they're going to give Mark Mullins the stolen base there, as Joe Keel will head to the dugout. I apologize. The umpire did raise his arms, so it looked to me like he called a foul ball, but evidently he did not. And so Pate Fullerton, who has started off the year batting 7th in the lineup, has now worked his way all the way up to cleanup here, as he will take his swings for the second time here today. He struck out looking in the first inning. And so, by the way, that is the 5th strikeout already for Christian Seelhorst, who has looked dominant thus far. Although one base hit might be good enough to bring around Mullins and tie this game here, as that one's outside for ball 2. So quickly, it's 2-0 on the Chinooks cleanup hitter. Definitely, Pate does not, if you just take a look at him, he does not stand out as somebody who might look like a 4-hole hitter. But then again, the Chinooks have been employing guys like that all year who do not necessarily look like your stereotypical big power bats in the 4-hole, as that one is swung on and missed for strike 1. So big 2-0 swing there, and Fullerton did not connect. And that one is just inside for ball 3. So a 3-1 count here for Fullerton, as he looks to keep this inning going against a so far dominant Christian Seelhorst. The 3-1 from Seelhorst is swung on and missed. So the count will move full here, and at the very least, the Chinooks in this inning are making Seelhorst work here and driving up that pitch count, which, when you're facing a dominant starter like that, that honestly might be the only hope you have. Especially in leagues where they implement pitch count rules such as this one, and the 3-2 pitch will be outside, and so 2 walks here to open the inning, or not to open the inning, but so far in this inning for the Chinooks. And so 2 on and 1 out here for Colby Ferris, who lined out to the pitcher.
Right fielder number 25, Colby Ferris.
It wasn't a very hard hit line drive, but it was a line drive nonetheless. And that pitch is, I'm not sure where that one missed exactly. It could have been in, could have been up, could have been both. But either way, it is ball 1 to Colby Ferris. Colby Ferris is one of the guys that I've had the privilege of getting closest with here for the Chinooks. And he wakes up every day, and I ask him how he's doing, and he tells me it's a great day to be alive. And definitely, I feel that the Chinooks are feeling that positive energy every day in the dugout. He's an absolutely, positive guy. Very, very well-spoken. Colby is from Houston, Texas, which I do not believe there are a lot of guys, if any other guys, that are from Texas on the Chinooks, so that's definitely a unique perspective. Full disclosure, everybody who is listening on the live stream, I've always wanted to go to Texas. So I definitely will be asking Colby a lot of questions about what Texas is like during this season, as that one is downstairs. So the count will move to 3-0 on Colby Ferris. And the 3-0 from Seahorst is in there for a called strike 1. Seahorst looking to bounce back here after 2 walks. Once again, Seahorst from Slippery Rock College, as that one is outside. So 3 walks in this inning. So despite Seahorst's early dominance going into this inning, he has definitely looked human here, as this is going to prompt a visit from the pitching coach. And I was a guy who I never really threw hard, still don't. So most of the time, my outings were either I was throwing strikes and not giving up hits, or I was throwing strikes and giving up a lot of hits. Very rarely did I have ball games where I was striking out a lot of guys, but also walking a lot of guys. So I'm not exactly familiar personally with what that's like. However, it must be very frustrating as a pitcher to start out a game having control of all your pitches, and all of a sudden, just in the blink of an eye, feeling like you've lost that control. Now, granted, I am not exactly immune to losing control of certain pitches at times. It's definitely you have your off days where you're not locating. But in terms of having 6 or 7 walk ball games and striking out 10, like, that's just not ever that was never really a part of my game, as that one's outside. And oh yes, that is right. I did say there were possibly not many guys, if any, that were from Texas. But yes, now that I have seen it, Cal Campbell, I do remember, is from Texas as well. I know that Coach Groth is from Texas, as that one is popped high in the air, playable in foul territory for Gerard Sweeney, the third baseman. So the second out of the inning is rather unproductive, as Patty McCormick pops out into foul territory. So with 2 out, it is up to Ty Beck here to get some runs home for the Chinooks. And boy, this is a huge spot to debut in.
Number 23, Ty Beck.
And you would absolutely just love for the Chinooks and for Beck if he could get one to go into the outfield here and drive in a couple of runs. As the first pitch is just downstairs for ball 1. Tough missed call, or not missed call necessarily, but tough non-call for Seelhorst. And Beck will look to get something in play here, as that one is swung on and missed. Good swing from Beck there, just didn't connect as the count moves to 1-1. And Beck looking to, at the very least, make Seelhorst work, as that one is up and in for ball 2. So a 2-1 count here to Ty Beck, who is playing first today as the normal first baseman, Matt Magno, is still not feeling all that great to play here, as he's been considered day-to-day for the last few days, but he is remaining out of the lineup, and the backup first baseman, John Graham, is also getting an off day today. So Ty Beck getting his first start today at first base, as the 2-1 is also inside for ball 3, and so suddenly Christian Seelhorst, who looked absolutely dominant early on, is 1 ball away from walking in a run after already walking the bases loaded, which as a pitcher is just something that you do not ever want to do, is walk 4 straight batters, or at least walk 4 batters in the same inning, as that one is tapped out to second base, and it will throw on to first, and Landers makes the play for the 3rd out of the inning, and so the Chinooks threat does not come to pass here, as they wind up with nothing going into the top of the 5th inning. And if I did not mention this before, I will mention it now. We are playing a doubleheader today, and so these games will only last 7 innings. So the Chinooks running out of chances here going into the the bottom of the 4th.
8132, if you have that ticket, go to the merchandise shack and they'll fix you up. Second winner, 9777984. 9777984. If you have that ticket, head to that merch shack. And here's the 3rd winner of this inning, 9778151. 9778151. If you have that ticket, head to that merchandise shack and check out the prizes. Second baseman Kyle Landers at the plate now for the Matsu Miners.
And we are back here live on the Chinooks Radio Network here on YouTube, as the Chinooks are down 1-0 here against the Matsu Miners, as that pitch is swung on and missed. So Justin Estrada back out there. A little bit surprising, as he has thrown quite a lot of pitches already. But given the fact that we're playing a doubleheader today, and also playing on Saturday and Sunday, although those are not doubleheaders, of course, clearly head coach Troy Hervey wants to stretch out Estrada and let him go another inning here, or at least try. And so Justin Estrada has had his strikeout pitch working here tonight, as he already has 5 strikeouts in this one, as that one's tapped foul. And that one is in there for a call. Strike 3. Joe Keel dropped the pitch, so they had to tag out Kyle Landers. But for Landers, that is his 2nd strikeout of the ball game and the 6th strikeout for Justin Estrada. Or hang on a second. No, excuse me, the 5th strikeout for Estrada here in this one. So I was mistaken earlier. And so there is 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th, and in will step David Bermudez, the shortstop, who also struck out his last at-bat. Yes, Mr. Ryan, that was indeed the Ty Beck, son of head coach or assistant coach Chris Beck. He is making his ABL debut tonight with the Chinooks having several injuries and giving guys days off. He is getting a start here as that one's fouled straight back. Definitely some aggressive swings from Bermudez here in the early going, as he hit one a ton foul in his first at-bat. So definitely a free swinger is Bermudez. And this next pitch from Estrada is inside, and the count will move to 2-1. Estrada takes a deep breath and fires, and that one is popped foul as Beck is going to chase after it, and it's going to end up out of play. We are implementing a crowd microphone here today. We did attempt that at our home stadium with some mixed success. And we also attempted it at the Anchorage Stadium. However, there was a band playing that day, so we kind of figured that might not be a great idea, as we didn't want to blow anybody's eardrums out, or basically nobody at home would be able to hear us here. As that one is foul tipped into the catcher's mitt for strike 3, and so back-to-back strikeouts once again for Estrada. As for the second time this game, Kyle Landers and David Bermudez have gone back-to-back on strikeouts to open an inning. As Josh Mrozek, who reached on a single, scored a run, and has stolen 2 bases here today. So he is showing his versatility here. He will step up to the plate here in the bottom of the 4th, as that one is tapped into center field for a base hit. So the second hit of the ball game for Josh Mrozek, as I was barely even able to get my sentence out before he got his second hit. And so we will definitely keep an eye on him over at first, as he has proven himself dangerous on the base paths already in this one.
Yeah, now we got Tyler Wilson, number 44, the left fielder, at the plate.
And so with 2 outs here, Tyler Wilson will step up to the plate. He's playing left field tonight, as Estrada fires over to first base, and that one's going to get away from Beck, as it's going to go all the way to the fence, and Mrozek's going to take the turn and head for third, and he is going to hold up there. And so a costly throwing error there by Estrada, as that will allow Mrozek to go all the way to third unimpeded. So while he didn't steal any bases, their speed kills as he looked to pick him off, and that allowed the throw to get away. So once again, Mrozek's speed becoming a factor here for the Chinooks and for the Miners, as that pitch is outside. Mrs. Beck, this is the first game of the doubleheader, so don't worry, you haven't missed anything. This is the first game, and the second game will be played about 30 minutes after the conclusion of this one, as that one is hit down the line and just foul. So a good swing there from Tyler Wilson, but it just steered foul, as that one would have definitely scored Mrozek from third. Good hustle there by Justin Nevels to go after that ball, but he wasn't able to get there. But good thing it was foul for the Chinooks. So Estrada looking to once again get himself out of a jam here, as that pitch is in there for a called strike 2. So the count will move to 1-2 here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. And Tyler Wilson staring down Estrada looking to keep this thing going. And the 1-2 pitch is ripped into center field for a base hit. So a great at-bat there from Wilson as he took a curveball on the outside part of the plate and just kind of flicked it out to center field. Didn't want to do too much with it, and once again, the speed of Josh Mrozek allows him to score a run here, and the Miners take a 2-0 lead here in the 4th. And this will prompt a visit from pitching coach Troy Hervey here, and you have to wonder if that's going to be it for Estrada, and it appears it will be. As it appears that Hannes Kindreich will relieve Estrada here in the 4th inning. So 3 2/3 innings for Justin Estrada, although I'm sure he would have liked to at least finish this one. Only 1 earned run given up. Actually, 0 earned runs given up by Estrada, as both runs ended up scoring on errors. The one in the 1st inning on John Mark Mullins, and then the throwing error in this past inning from Estrada. So no earned runs from Estrada, so just bad luck, quite honestly, for him, as 2 runs did cross the plate, and he has not gotten any backup from his offense. Although I will say, I think Estrada would have liked to have been a little bit more efficient in this one, as he did end up throwing quite a lot of pitches. So Hannes Kindreich will step up and relieve Estrada here and look to stop the bleeding and get the Chinooks a chance for their bats to get something going here.
Pitching change for the Chinooks. We apologize. We don't have the roster information for you. Casey Rothert up for the Miners.
So Casey Ruther will step up to the plate here for the Miners, as he will look to keep this thing going for them here in this inning of Hannes Kindreich, and that one is upstairs and inside for ball 1. Kindreich with what I believe is his 3rd appearance of the season, both in relief. And he has looked good to open the season thus far, as, let's be honest, as most of the pitching staff for the Chinooks have. And that one's fouled off. So count moves to an even 1-1. And that one is popped in the air down the right field line. Ferris chasing after it, and he will not get it. So the count will move to 1-2. And never mind. It appears that it has fixed itself, so that's good. It gave us a warning that it might get cut off. But this time it at least waited a little bit and ended up not happening as that pitch is downstairs for ball 3. So a 3-2 count here on the 3-hole hitter Casey Ruther, who is 1 for 1 with a walk. So Hannes Kindreich stands at a towering 6'5", and that is a huge strikeout for Kindreich as he gets Casey Ruthers to strike out looking here to end the 4th inning. So the Miners get another one, but then they end up leaving 2 more on base. Or excuse me, 1 more on base. And the Chinooks will look to bounce back and climb back in this ball game as we head to the top of the 5th.
Crashing, reduces the amount of available time to avoid a crash, and increases the severity of a crash if it happens. Speeding is also a choice that a driver has full control over. Choose not to speed. Stop speeding before it stops you. This message brought to you tonight by the Alaska Highway Safety Office.
And we are back here live on the Chinooks Radio Network here on YouTube as the Chinooks trail the Miners here late in this one, 2-0. Off of a great pitching performance from Christian Seelhorst, the Miners have scratched out to a 2-0 lead. But as you can see, Seelhorst has been removed from this game after 4 innings, no doubt due to the pitch count, as he was absolutely dominant otherwise. And that pitch is in there for a called strike. The new pitcher, Nate Beimel, wearing the number 26, will come in relief for the Miners, as that pitch is just downstairs for ball 2. The designated hitter, Cal Campbell, leads off this one as that one's upstairs, and he looks to draw a walk or drive something into a gap here off of the reliever. Cal struck out his first at-bat, and he's looking to rebound from that here, as that one is in there for a called strike too. So Cal will move full here, so a good at-bat from Campbell. Let's see if he can do something with it. And the 3-2 from Beimel is in there for a called strike 3. So Campbell goes down looking. And for the second time tonight, Campbell has gone down on strikes. And Justin Nevels, who also struck out in his first at-bat,
for the Chinooks,
will step up to the plate here and look to get something going for the Chinooks. And that one was about a 55-foot curveball that almost hopped up and hit the catcher in the face. So safe to say that one was a ball. The 1-0 from Beimel as that one is ripped into right field, but not too much movement there for, Rother, my apologies, as that one will be the second out of the inning. And so the bottom of the lineup for both teams not really having a good time here, as the 7, 8, and 9 hole hitters for both teams are a combined 0 for 6 in this one. As looked like both the catcher and the pitcher wanted that first pitch, but they did not get it. And Will Batts, the leadoff hitter for the Chinooks, will step up here, and that one is up and in. And Batts has to kind of dance out of danger, but he is able to successfully. And the count will move to 2-0, as you have to wonder if that plays into the psyche of a left-handed batter when a lefty kind of just fires one up and in on you, as that one's in there for a called strike one. And so the count moves to 2-1. And the 2-1 from Beimel is popped into center field. And Mrozek comes on to make the catch and retire the side. So a quick fifth inning for the Chinooks as they're running out of chances here, as the Miners lead this one 2-0.
A big thanks to Alaska Airlines, the official sponsor of the Matsu Miners Travel. Hannes Kendrick on the mound for the Chinooks. Nick Sorelli at the plate for the Miners.
And we are back here live on the Chinooks Radio Network here on YouTube, as Nick Sorelli swings and misses at that first pitch from Hannes Kindreich, as he swings and misses at the second pitch as well. So the count is quickly 0-2. Kindreich, the big, tall, right-handed hard thrower from Oregon, stands at 6'5", 230 pounds. So definitely a big boy, and it is much easier to be as hard throwing as he is when you are that size. So definitely blessed by God there. And the count from Kindreich is fouled straight back. So the count moves to 1-2. And the 1-2 from Kindreich is upstairs and outside for ball 2. And that one is tap foul down the first base line, as it looks like it got a piece of keel there on the backswing, and you have to just make sure that he's all right. And you definitely see that sometimes, especially with big power guys. They have generally large backswings, and sometimes the bat can catch the catcher off guard, hit them in the arm, leg, even head at times. So looks like Keel is okay, though, so no worries there. And the 2-2 from Kindrike is tapped over to Beckett first, who makes the play for out number 1. So Nick Sorelli, the cleanup batter for the Miners, is 0 for 3 thus far today. As Kevin Nakamura is anything but 0 3. He is 2 for 2 tonight. As quite frankly, he has been a tough out to start this season. And that first pitch from Kindrike was upstairs. We'll see how he can adjust here. As the 1-0 is swung on and missed. And a little bit early for Nakamura there. So good pitch from Kindrike, keeping Nakamura off balance. The 1-1 is popped high in the air into shallow left field. Mullins being called off by Nevels, who comes in to make the catch for the second out of the inning. So Gerard Sweeney, the third baseman for the Miners, will step up and look to continue this inning for the Miners. And for both teams, you have to feel great about where your pitching sits here in this one, as it can be tough to limit your pitching and stretch guys out this early in the season. And when you have a doubleheader, that makes it even more difficult because you have to have 2 guys ready to roll to start, and then you pretty much have to have all hands on deck in the bullpen. But so far in this game, both teams have only employed 2 pitchers, as that one is outside. So you have to, if you're both teams, you have to feel good about where you're sitting, as you basically have the vast majority of the rest of your pitching staff to work with going into game 2. That one is fouled straight back. So the count will move to 2-2. 2 on, 2 out with a 2-2 count. Or excuse me, not 2 on, but 2 outs with a 2-2 count here for Gerard Sweeney. Sweeney got hit with a pitch and flew out to left field in his 2 at-bats thus far. And that one is swung on and missed, so Kindrike with a good inning there to keep the Miners at bay. And the Chinooks will look to get on the scoreboard and keep the momentum going for them as we go into the
doubleheader tonight.
Top of the 6th.
Games will be about a 40-minute break between the games to feed the boys. We're going to draw for a program prize, the 4th inning of the 2nd game. And be sure to get them 50-50 tickets. We're going to give away some cash tonight as well. 1 50-50 for the doubleheader.
And we are back here live on the Chinooks Radio Network here on YouTube as John Mark Mullins steps up to the plate looking to get something, anything, going for the Chinooks, as they have been held basically without a whimper here going into the top of the 6th inning as Nick Beimel remains in the ball game as that one is just outside. Looked like a pretty good pitch. Good take from Mullins as that one's outside for ball 1. And that one's fouled off, so the count moves to 1-1 here for Mullins. Mullins has not registered an official at-bat in this one as he is 0 for 0 with 2 walks. But he has registered a stolen base in this one, so. And that pitch is in there for a called strike 2, so the count will move to 1-2 here. On Mullins. The 1-2 is up and in. And that one is flown out in the air to right field. And Rother steps up and makes the catch for out number 1 here in the 6th. And Joe Keel will step up to the plate. He grounded into a double play and struck out thus far in this one.
And so up next, the catcher number 55, Joe Keel.
And that's a good curveball there from Beimel as that one is swung on and missed for the first strike. And the 0-1 is just upstairs. At least I believe it was upstairs. Not sure where that one missed exactly. But the count moved to 2-0 here. So good hitters count for Keel as he's going to look to drive one into the gap. And that one is ripped back to Beimel. What a stop. And he throws on to first for the 2nd out of the inning. My goodness, what a play there from Nick Beimel. And the Chinooks are running out of opportunities here as the Miners pitching staff has absolutely dominated thus far.
Number 7, Pete Fullerton at the plate.
Matter of fact, so dominant that the only hit in the ball game for the Chinooks was the opening double from Will Batts. And after that, the bats of the Chinooks have been absolutely silenced. So Pate Fullerton, the third baseman tonight, will step up to the plate. And that one comes in and drills him. So a hit by pitch as Pate Fullerton takes his base. And now Colby Ferris, who walked his last time up, will take a stab at
right fielder
Nate Beimel.
Colby Ferris at the plate.
So with 2 outs here, Colby Ferris is going to look to drive one into the gap, get some runs home for the Chinooks. Ferris is 0 for 1 with a walk in this one. He lined out to the pitcher his first at-bat. And that one is in there for a called strike. And the 1-1, it gets away from the catcher. So Sam Thompson couldn't handle that one, and that means that Pate Fullerton's going to scamper over to second base with a free base. And time is called again here. So Looks like the pitcher and catcher are not on the same page here. And finally, Beimel gets the pitch he wants. Takes a peek over at second, fires, and that's upstairs for ball 3. And the 3-1 is outside. So Ferris takes another walk. That's his second of the ball game. So while the Chinooks have not really had much success swinging the bat, they have definitely gotten on base here.
Second baseman, number 5, Patty McCormick at the plate.
As that is the 5th walk of the day for the Chinooks. 6 if you count the hit by pitches. And this is going to prompt a meeting between pitcher and catcher.
Seatbelt's the biggest assist your car can give you. Be a team player. Wear your seatbelt. Arrive alive. This message brought to you by the Alaska Highway Safety Office.
So Patty McCormick, representing a big hope here for the Chinooks, looks to drive one into the alley as that one's in there for a called strike. McCormick had a great day yesterday, has had a not-so-great day so far today, as he has struck out and fouled out to third base. So we will see what happens here, as this pitch is also in there for a called strike. And McCormick quickly down 0-2. And the 0-2 from Beimel is swung on and tapped out to short. Might be a tough play. And McCormick will get there safely, as the throw took the first baseman off the bag. And so that will pretty clearly be an E5. But definitely the Chinooks will take it, as now the bases are loaded once again for Ty Beck. And it looks like they're going to pinch hit for Ty here, as Leo Harris will step up to the plate here to pinch hit for Ty Beck. So I'm not sure what that's going to look like for defense, but we will see as this game goes
Leo
along.
Harris now at the plate for the Chinooks.
So Leo Harris representing a hero spot here for the Chinooks, as that one's in there for a called strike. Definitely a tough spot to come in with bases loaded. Only down by 2 runs. Haven't seen any live pitching all day long, and you're ready to roll in a big spot for Harris. Let's see how he responds to this. The 0-1 from Beimel is downstairs, and a good stop there by Thompson. Able to snag that thing out of the dirt. And that pitch is in there for a called strike too. So Harris down 1-2 here, looking to at least put one in play to make the fielders do something here and let them earn it. Beimel taking his time. And speaking of time, time is called by Leo Harris. The 1-2 is in there for a called strike 3, and Leo Harris goes down swinging, and the Chinooks end up with nothing here in the top of the 6th inning, and so the Chinooks will head into the bottom of this inning, still down 2-0.
They get out those red tickets. Got some more giveaways here. Compliments of Metro Regional. First winning ticket 9777973. 977 Next winning ticket 9778004 and 9777952. 952. You have those tickets. Check in at the merchandise shack and they'll fix you up. Big thanks, Metro Regional. Catcher Sam Thompson now at the plate for the Miners.
And we are back here live on the Chinooks Radio Network here on YouTube as Hannes Kindreich has remained in the ball game for the Chinooks, and he is stepping up to face Sam Thompson as the Chinooks are down 2-0 here. As that one is hit into shallow left field as John Mark Mullins, the shortstop, settles under it to make the catch for the first out of the inning. So the Chinooks, to put it simply, have not swung the bat very well tonight. A leadoff double for Will Batts has accounted for the only hit of the ball game for the Chinooks tonight, as the Miners pitching staff has looked absolutely unstoppable all night long. And that one is upstairs. Another great effort by the Chinooks pitching staff, as 2 unearned runs are the only 2 runs that have counted in this game, as that one's in there for a called strike.
For the Miners.
Kyle Landers up to bat here, and he has struck out twice in this one. So definitely looking to avoid the hat trick here, as that one is swung on and fouled straight back. And that one is popped up on the left side of the infield as Pate Fullerton, the third baseman, will make the catch. And that will be out number 2. So 2 pop-outs for Kindreich here in the bottom of the 6th, as he's definitely doing his job in terms of keeping the Miners' bats from adding any more runs, as that one's upstairs. Is David Bermudez stepping up to the plate. He's playing shortstop. He has also struck out twice tonight, and he'll be looking to avoid the hat trick. And that one is popped foul and out of play down the right field line. And that pitch is in there for a called strike. So the count moves to 1-2 as Honus Kindreich looks to get the Chinooks back in the dugout to try and rally in the top of the 7th. And that one is swung on and missed. Good pitch from Kindreich as Keel gathers and fires over to first. And with that, the hat trick for Bermudez means that the Chinooks are down to their last chance here as they look to try and come back in this one in the top of the 7th.
977-973, 977-8004, and 977-7952. Check out your prize at the Merchandise Shack, folks. And now up for the Chinooks, number 20, the DH, Cal Campbell.
And we are back here live on the Chinooks Radio Network here on YouTube as Cal Campbell, the designated hitter for the Chinooks, stepping up to the plate here as the Chinooks are down their last chance. They do trail 2-0 in this one. One hit for the Chinooks, and I can say with complete honesty that that is just not going to do it most nights, if any night, in a game of baseball, to only have one hit and try and win a ball game as that pitch is in there for a strike. Second pitch is swung on and missed. New pitcher for the Miners as Alex Majors steps up to the mound. And definitely a funky delivery for him as it's pretty much all sidearm. But thus far it appears to be effective. And that pitch is in there for a called strike 3. So Cal Campbell gets himself a hat trick tonight, as he has struck out looking for the second time tonight and struck out for the third time tonight overall. And now Justin Nevels, who lined out to right field his last time, he is 0 for 2.
Fielder number 9, Justin Nevels at the plate.
As he looks to get something going for the Chinooks here, as that pitch is in there for a called strike. That pitch is just downstairs for ball 1, so the count moves to 1-1. And that one's in there. So Nevels taking all the way and finds himself down 1-2 here. And the 1-2 is popped down the right field line and out of play. Definitely a pitcher's duel here, as this game has only gone on for about 2 hours, and we are almost at the conclusion as that one's in there for a called strike 3. So 2 looking strikeouts for the Chinooks here as they look to rally to get in this ball game, but they're going to have to put together a better effort with 2 outs here in the 9th, and Will Batts, the man who was the only hit in this one, will step up and look to ignite a flame that could spark a comeback here. The first pitch to bats is outside.
Real bats at the plate now for the Chinooks.
For ball one. And that pitch is back up the middle. Going to be a tough play at second, but Landers throws on to first, and that will do it here for game one of this doubleheader tonight as the Miners take game one from the Chinooks 2-0. And a dominant performance from the Miners pitching staff as they faced only one over the minimum in this one. So not one over the minimum, but they only allowed one hit in this one.
We'll take a 40-minute break.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we will take a 40-minute break. We will start a new stream for the second game, so just be on the lookout for that. We'll try and start that up about 10 minutes before game time. There will be I assume, no national anthem or anything like that. So we're going to hopefully get started rather quickly here, but it'll be about a 40-minute break from now until the start time of game two. So roughly about 7:45 will be game time. So the Chinooks will look to bounce back from that tough loss in game two. Thank you all for watching this stream. I am Tyler Lopes, and I am joined, as per usual, by my partner, Aaron Davis. Thank you so much for watching, and we will be with you very shortly.